Hello everyone, I hope you're all well. So today I want to show you my latest journal. I think it's finished, but actually it's not finished. The cover, I'm going to do some things with the cover. So I've been exploring different papers because I want to add sort of something on the cover. So I'm just looking at that, but otherwise, apart from that, it is finished. You know, there's always things I can do, and I always say this, that there's things that I could do. But anyway, I've managed to sort out a closure, which I really like. It doesn't hold it fully closed. This is a bit of a gator mouth journal. Well, now I have to check that it's in frame because it's too big, and I've sent the arm of my camera holder to the top of at the very top, so this is as far down as it will go, so I haven't to move it as far up as it will go, I beg your pardon. Yeah, I think that's fine, so I'm going to keep it there if I can. I think it's probably best if I put my ruler there, just so that I know to keep it in that place. Okay, right, okay, so I'll open up. Oh, well, I'll give you the measurements first. Now I need my ruler. So this is a long one. This is 12 inches by 5 inches, and it has one signature sewn in with these little bits of thread here, this twine rather. So I'll show you. So it's just one signature and then sewn in like this. So now I'll just pop that back there. I'm just going to open up. So I was going to create a different type of closure, but I quite like this now. So I'll have to lift it up to show you. So there we go. Just some Hessian burlap. And there we go, there's the back. So very plain and simple. This is Locta paper, which is very soft, beautiful paper. I've been wanting to use it for a while, but now I'm going to have to check again because I think I moved. We're okay, we're not too bad. We really are at the, you know, very edge of what I can show you anyway. So as I said, I am considering sort of what to put on there, whether to put anything on, but I do think that's quite nice. And then the other thing, and this one, that's even nicer, I think. But I don't know. I need to think about it. Anyway, let's open up. So as I said, it's got one signature. I've done lots of pockets, lots of details, bits of fabric and collage. So I've got a pocket here, quite a tall pocket, just added some words here, and it's a very simple pocket, but it has a little poem on the back, so I wanted to keep that, and it's just got some information about hedgerows and what have you. Got a beautiful flower, lily, and a nice little tab at the top, so that goes in there. Try to keep all of them. Oh, that went all the way through. Need to glue that back down. Tried to keep all of the tags, or most of them anyway, quite flimsy in terms of, you know, sort of strength, thickness. Okay, we have this beautiful page here. I've added little details around, just to, you know, just around all the pages, just for detail. A little bit of stenciling and a tab. And then we've got just some paper here, which is about flowers of the meadow. It's just a vintage sheet. Right, so popped up there, a little uptuck. It does go, I promise. This beautiful paper here and a label, and then I've got this is genuine antique ledger paper. I love the colour of it, the grunginess, and then we have this gorgeous page here. I think this is, oh, I don't know what that is. I think this is Raindrop, no, not Ruby and Pearl XO, I think, and that's printed on tracing paper. It's not very translucent paper actually. It's quite, but it is very pretty, and it gives a thinner page, you know, to work on. They're all these pages are tea dyed. I've got a little card there. I made this some time ago, and I wanted to add it in as a strip. And then I've got this good journaling card here with a little tab at the top there. That fits nicely in there. Another pretty detail here. So this is a collage, so that and these are all separate, but these really blended in well with this. They almost look like they're coming out of there in a 3D way. Got this, which is another poem from Tennyson, and on the back you can't, well, you could write little notes if you wanted to, but you have a lot of writing space. And then there's a pretty tuck and some vintage music sheet. And then on this side, this is, you could use this as a tuck, for example. I could pop that in there, or let's pop that in. Could put that in. Yeah, this is a card that I made, but I liked the colours and I wanted to add it to that page. More tissue, tracing paper. Love this image of the owl. I'm just going to check that I'm still in. Oh yes, yep, good. Yeah, I love this image of the owl. It's beautiful. So I did some slow stitch on here. This is part of a longer piece. I'm not sure where it is now, but it's something like that. So I made strips of these snippet rolls, and this is part of one, and I've just added it on there. I thought the colours went really well. Little rose there, and more tea-dyed paper, little cluster detail there with some slow stitch. Oh, some motorbikes going past. It's a beautiful day outside and everybody's out and about. Got some stenciling there. Writing page. I mean, there's lots and lots of writing space, you know. I know I could do more decoration, but lots of writing space. Some vintage lace there, or crocheted lace. Beautiful page from Ruby and Pearl. More, oh goodness. This is a page of butterflies, so I wanted to pop that in, and a lovely sort of cluster of, not cluster, collage. Yes, collage. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sort of elements to it, like that. A little up-top type of thing. Another one of those beautiful images from Ruby and Pearl. I'm trying to think where I got this. I can't recall, but I added a little piece of watercoloured page there, so, and a background of the black and dotty tissue paper, and a real stamp. On this page I made a pocket, beautiful collage there, and this is a gorgeous page as well. So you could do what you wanted with that. Good write there. Yeah, I didn't want to cut it, I wanted to leave it like that. It's a lovely page, and I love that little flower at the top. Another ledger page there, and it's a little bit of sort of slow stitch practice of a flower. a little card here, journaling card that you can write on with little details on this little tug here. This is just folded up from there. More of that paper. I made these a couple of days ago. You will have seen if you saw the video. So really loved that, and I loved the colours, and I thought it went well with this little robin. Gorgeous page, book page. So there aren't any, as far as I'm aware. Oh yes, there are, because that's a digital. But there's a couple of digitals, but not many. Mostly it's book pages and what have you. Little detail there. There's a tuck there. That's from a book. And I just added a little flower there. Got a gorgeous tab here on some brown paper. And that gorgeous book page. No, I think it must be from a magazine. Same thing really. Little pocket here that's collaged. And then I have this, and I've just wrapped some tissue paper around it, so you can take the tissue paper off and read it if you want, or you could use it like that. A little tab that I made, it's with some stitching. It's been hanging around for some time, so I thought I'd add it. I thought it went well with this little border here and this page. This was an envelope that I had stuck on, and then I changed my mind, cut it off, so I'm left with that, but I think that's quite nice. We've got a pocket here of some eco dye and a little label, and a little, this is from a magazine, and I've added a little bit of dotty fabric, a butterfly, and a label or a background, and you can write on the back of there. Here just some detail, beautiful page of flowers on top of vintage music sheet. I made these a little while ago. You could have a look. Oh yes, the same as this. You could have a look, not the same, but you know, I made these and I'm really happy with them. So it's definitely make beautiful little decorations, embellishments. Added a little bit of fabric there, and that just sits on there. I thought those colours, well, they match perfectly actually, these and these. This is a book page. Sorry. There's the centre, and you can see the string, or you know, twine. And because the holes are large, because it had to be large for me to get everything through. I mean, this looks as though it's sort of coming loose, but the pages are not loose at all. Everything's tied down really well. And then, yeah, you've got this colouring page here. Lovely flower on that side. Beautiful image there. And I got this out of a magazine. Could do list for April, because this is a spring journal, and I just thought that was really handy to have, and you can write on the back, do your planning. I love this. This is wrapped around, and then I made a little tag to go in there, and you can write on the back of there, and that sits nicely in there. Another gorgeous tab here with a little collage with a bird, vintage papers, and here's another pocket with another tag. This one, again, gorgeous image from a magazine, some book page that I've painted, watercolour painted on, and then a tab, a label rather, you can write on the back, and then you've got this lovely pocket and that beautiful page at the back there. I thought about putting something here, but I think it looks nice as it is, very, you know, full of flowers and things, so I just thought, yeah, there's a lot going on there, but yeah, happy with it. And then on this page we've got yeah, another magazine page, gorgeous page. I love this, absolutely love it, it's so beautiful. And this one, And then I've got a tag here, my journaling card, one pink card, the beautiful little tab, and some stamping that I did on book page, vintage book page, and that just goes in the pocket. That's from a book, and a tab here. Another book page here, and it's cut from there, probably that side, the same as this, but I struggled to decide what to do with it. I was going to make it a tuck, and then I changed my mind, and so I cut out these from a book page. This is a fussy cut, and I added these, and I'm really happy with them. And then I've made this tag with a nice slow stitch tab on, a label, well, 2 labels, and then this gorgeous pocket here. This is cut out from a book. Another image from a book, very simple. Yeah, just take that out. Tag with double-sided, so you could use it either side if you didn't like the blue, because it's obviously very strong colours. I think it's beautiful, but you could use either side. You could write on this side as well. It looks and feels like well, no, it doesn't feel like fabric, but it looks like fabric. It's very unusual. So yeah, really nice. Another antique book page and a little rose image there. On the back we've got this clipped on. I wasn't sure whether to you know, whether to glue it on yet or not, so I just added it clipped on. It's just a little background paper and a real stamp of a gorgeous badger. I love badgers. Another beautiful pocket from a magazine with a little cluster of fabric and a label, and then this beautiful card. I haven't decorated the top of that card. I think it's very decorative as it is, but I could add something. Yeah. On this side I've got this gorgeous piece that I did some time ago, using that painted paper. Sort of the same idea as this, but different. You can see the amount of detail that went into that as opposed to this. Both are gorgeous. I absolutely love them. I really love this idea of painting background paper with that lovely emulsion paint, and then adding these details, some slow stitch. Beautiful, I love that. The other side of that, some tea-dyed paper, some more stenciling, and a little cluster. I could add something more there. This gorgeous page from Ruby and Pearl. This beautiful little mouse, and I added a little tab and some detail there, and a book page. Oh, it's just one-sided like that. I mean, it's just one page, it's not folded. So, and then this stenciling. This is the back of a tab, and I just added some green paper there, green dotty paper, just to cover the edge. And then I have this. I made these again, clusters, quite a long time ago now, and added fabric, slow stitched on. More of this paper with birds on. This is tuck spot, beautiful lace or broderie anglais, and then this little card here, and you can write on the back if you want to. There's a little bit of lace on there as well, just to decorate. And then another one of those little dangles, which I adore. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? Lovely colours with a little ribbon on, so pretty. This side, a lovely flower. I think it's a peony, and more of that vintage book page. This just left simple, like this folded out like that. This is book page again. Added more detail here. Just added this onto this page. I like the look of it, just sort of sitting on the page like that. I could have made it into a pocket but decided not to. Excuse me. Another cluster that I've added to with a bird and some more little fabric stitched on. Pretty fabric. Gorgeous daffodil. Another one of those vintage book pages. No, antique ledger pages with sort of a sticky label thing. Flowers on. Love that. Nothing on that side, but we've got this beautiful bird that pulls out like this. And it's got April on. And also comes out like that. So you could write on here, secret writing. And you've got writing space there. You could decorate that page there. And then a gorgeous tab, slow stitched on. Love, love, love that. Gorgeous colours. Love the blackbird. And then here I just added a bird on and some fabric at the top there, and that lovely book page. On that side, just that little bit of detail there. Pocket here with a tab and a button sewn on. And then this card here made from a book page with this dotty. It's different to these dotty ones, but I mean that's fabric, that's paper. So it's all lots of different dotty bits, and there's some more of that fabric. Gorgeous little lace detail there. And I love this card. Really lovely. I thought I'd glued that on, but oh, I did. It's just I've put that thing on it to keep it in place. Maybe when I glued it. So there you go, and that's it. So as I said, really chunky. Love, love, love it. It does. I do think it needs something on the front to make it more spring-like. So I will be doing that. I just don't know when. And I just wanted to show you guys. You know, I was getting impatient to show you. I wanted to, but I finish these things off anyway myself usually. Oh, hang on, that should be double wrapped. So yeah, so it should be like this. Double wrapped and then tied, and it just keeps everything in place. I could make it tighter, you know, but it just keeps everything in place. And then add this little dangle like that. So there we go. So I hope you like the journal. Let me know, and yeah, thank you for watching. Take care, and I will see you again very soon. It's a beautiful sunny day, so I'm going to go in the garden now. So take care everyone, and bye for now.